Hi, Genki Call here with your Soulforge offerings for the week of August 22nd, 2022. I haven't looked in here yet, so it's going to be a surprise to me. So let me double check, see if Centurigon's available. Ooh, Lamashtu's available. Lamashtu's a good one. Don't know if it's worth you spending your hard-earned gems on, but that's up to you. And then for purple, no, not purple. I didn't mean to look at purple. I meant to look at brown. Nope, no Centurigon this week. Bummer. Alright, so first let's go over the legendaries. They're all at the top for me because I'd crafted a mythic last week and I don't have enough for more. So, Queen Mab. Queen Mab, she's fallen off the meta because so many things are immune to mana burn now. Mana burn will do whatever your magic is. For me, that's 38. It's more when you put her on a team, but it's whatever your magic is plus however much mana they are holding currently. So if they have 1 mana, it does an additional 1 damage. If they have 13 mana, it does an extra 13 damage. So also she gets an extra turn if there are 13 or more blue gems on the board. Same as Queen Titania with her red gems. They're kind of like the opposites. One's fire, one's ice. Freeze a random enemy on 4+ gem matches, which is really what makes her super useful. But now the Frostfire King exists, and he doesn't just freeze them, he also burns them on 4+ gem matches. So I would use him instead of Queen Mab, personally. As always, it is personal preference whether it's worth it to you to spend 800 diamonds on a troop. They're so hard to get. None of what I'm seeing here is worth 800 diamonds in my opinion, but it might be to you, which is why I'm going over stuff. So the Spring Imp, they are seasonal. It is not available in keys right now. This will not be back available in keys until the spring. And she does scatter damage, entangles all enemies, which could make her very useful with Tannenbaum. And if an enemy dies, she gets 8 magic. She also gets 8 magic for every green gem match. So this number goes up and up and up. Is there an effective team to run her with? I don't know. But, you know, it might be worth looking into. I do have her, so I might do that at some point if I can remember. The answer is probably I won't remember. But Queen Isabel actually super useful in events where you are limited to using knights, for instance. She does damage to the first enemy equal to the ally's attack that you cast it on, and gives attack and armor to that troop. So you're going to want to cast it on the first troop because giving attack to a troop that has no skull axis is kind of a waste of time. But attack and armor, and then gives 3 to 8 mana to all allies except herself. So she can end up adding a ton of attack to a troop, and then she does hit something with that amount of attack that troop has. So kind of useful. The rest of it's okay. Garuda, I like Garuda in delves for quick delves. Summon a firestorm. Damage to all enemies, gain 1 magic boosted by red gems with a 3-to-1 ratio. So if there are 10, you're only going to get +3 magic, but it's still +3 magic. So, but the firestorm is going to be useful if you need it. It does feed back into itself. And double skull damage versus Naga, that seems random, but you know, birds and snakes, though, they do, birds do eat snakes. Always hear all of these. Ooh, Gaard's avatar, and Tina, ooh, and Obsidius, ooh, look at the things, Mithrilian. Okay, we're gonna get to this. So Gaard's avatar is kind of like Rowan, where he gets a boost by his armor. He's gonna do damage to all enemies. It's not scatter damage, but it is damage to each individual enemy, boosted by his armor. So you use the Shield of Erskaya on him. He's super for delves and events where you can't use Rowan. Yeah, as long as you can have something to boost his armor, he's great. And then gains form armor when an ally casts a spell, so that's adding more to his armor. So yeah, he's a good one. Sathinos is always here. Don't craft this until you've got every single other thing in the game. unless you're just dying to get the achievement, but it's not worth it to me. Really not. 4,000 diamonds, plus you have to craft all of these weapons as well. So, Zolgoth always here. Fantastic, of course, but Tina. Ooh, Tina is such a beast. So, she does random true damage to 3 enemies and gains 90 armor. So that armor, she adds 50% of armor to skull damage. So you've got her at the front of the team. She has no skull damage reduction, but every time she casts, she's gaining armor. And she has spell reduction by 50%. She is a beast. She is not used as much as she used to be, but she is a fantastic troop. She's really, really good. She doesn't do damage to the whole team, but I hated fighting her when she was on every team in PvP, and I'm just kind of glad that people aren't using her as much anymore. Alright, Obsidius. Now, Obsidius was highly sought after and still useful for his 3rd trait. Stun all enemies on 4+ gem matches. Now, he was more useful before Elementalist existed, where, you know, you get a match 4, something gets stunned, and all the other things. But he still has skull reduction by 50%. He summons a dust storm when an enemy dies. He does heavy splash damage to a random enemy and destroys a 5x5 block. Everything within that 5x5 block is going towards your team. It is as if you matched those gems. And a 50% chance to deal light splash damage to a random enemy as well. Let me move the cat for Daughter Dearest. Don't... Oh, I know you don't want to move, silly cat. Alright, he's a good troop, he is. Just not as useful as he was before Elementalists existed. And Rage Kurandara is always here. Mithrillion is okay. He's useful, but just... he doesn't mesh with my playstyle and the way that I like to do things. He explodes a 3x3 block, which means you're getting a 5x5 block removed from the board with an explosion. So you don't get... Anyway. Gain armor. Barrier a random ally for every skull destroyed, which means you can bury your whole team in one cast. That is super nice. He doesn't have skull damage reduction, but he's gaining a bunch of armor, which does make him useful. I just don't like using him at the front of my team at 24 mana cost. He does reduce damage from spells by 50%, but the thing that makes him actually good, he reflects 75% of skull damage. You cast him, you get barriered, you let them hit you, and it does 75% of whatever damage they were going to do back to them, and you don't take any damage. Whoa. So that actually makes him good, and I do like that. I just tend not to use him. And that's it for the troops, but we must have the weapons because I am weapon blocked. I am weapon blocked in Merlantis, and now I'm not going to be. So happy. Alright, Nature Staff. This is always here. This is always here. There's one other that's always here. It says Sathinos on it, though, so... Nature Staff. This is one of the cheap 75 diamond ones. Damage to an enemy, double damage if there's a leaf storm, and it creates a leaf storm. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. But must have. Must have. Next up is, hello, the Iron Wave. 300 diamonds, yeah, I know all of these resources. The Iron Wave. Damage to an enemy boosted by merfolk allies, then create a mix of 6 blue and brown gems for each merfolk ally. The blue's out in there, most of them are going to use blue. As far as the brown goes, I don't know, but I gotta have it, so I must have all the weapons. The Amber Partisan. I want to say partisan. Partisan. Doesn't sound right. Anyway, damage to an enemy boosted by merfolk allies. Once again, create a mix of 6 blue and green gems for each merfolk or Merlantis ally. The other one was merfolk, so that is more useful, generally speaking, because it can be from any kingdom. But this is specifically for Merlantis. Now, the other weapon, blue and brown, that feeds right into Pycea. Ooh. Anyway, craft that one. Next up is the Trident of Merlantis. Do not craft this, folks. Do not craft this doomed weapon, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But first, the epic weapon, 75 diamond cheapo. Remove all blue gems can be useful if you want to deny those blue gems to your enemies. You get nothing out of it except a boost to your spell, and if the enemy's from Merlantis or if the battles in Merlantis deal double damage. So must have that too. Bye bye diamonds. That's okay. I don't mind. So the Doom Dirk, don't craft this because it's in the Tower of Doom event right now. You can get it for gems. If you're doing the Tower of Doom, you're going to be spending the gems anyway. Just get it there. Don't spend all of those diamonds on it. But, you know, it's okay. That's my recommendation. You do what you want to do, of course. But damage to the last enemy boosted by blue gems. Again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so if there are 5 on the board or 10 on the board, that's what the boost is going to be. Deal double damage if they have a doom, so it's pretty much only useful for the Tower of Doom boss room, and 3% chance per tempering level to kill the enemy. So you can have up to a 30% chance if you have the Forge Scrolls to level it. I'm nowhere near getting all of my stuff leveled. And I certainly wouldn't spend it on this if you're low level. You want to do that on the Doomed Blade instead. That creates Doom Skulls because it's going to be useful even if it's not leveled fully. And the Nature Staff. Oh, we already did that. Iron Wave. So I didn't have any of them, huh? I didn't have any of the Merlantis weapons. So hang with me if you're interested. I'm gonna level up Merlantis. Weapon blocked. Alright, we'll do this. There is that one. And this one. Oh, okay, so the Iron Wave, Submerge, Barrier, and Bless. Ooh, nice. This is the one that goes with Merfolk. That also feeds Pycea. Ooh, this one's pretty good. With the Barrier, Submerge, and Bless, that's actually very nice. I like that. And then the last one's the Ember Partisan. This is specifically for Merlantis, and the upgrades that are really noticeable are Submerge Myself, 5 damage to the second enemy. Why? And yeah, this one is not as good for sure, but I had to have it. So if you were going to craft one, I would say Iron Wave or the cheapos if you just need the cheapo weapons. But woo, level 20! Yay! This is possible. All right, so if you have every single troop from Merlantis, you can get this up to level 21. You can. I am just missing, I'm missing Aquaticus and the new Triton. Triton is not fully leveled yet because I only have 2, and there's no reason for me to use an orb on him until I get Aquaticus. So, yeah, we'll just back on out of there. Got my power level up to 20. Yay! Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye!